For all you looking for deeper meaning, deeper psychology coaching, this is a place to be, because I've spent 30 years in the most intensive circumstances forging this psychology, forging this work. And so, you'll hear a lot of ideas and thoughts online. There's an old expression, all know the way, few walk the walk. I'll show you me walking the walk a little later. I walked the walk with these issues, cold a dime, and forged them over the course of 30 years. So there's a deep thought, there's answers, there's questions, challenges, and opportunities in all I do. So if you're interested in really new thought, breakthrough kind of thought, like and subscribe, get involved. We'll talk about that a little later. And today's topic is about how appropriateness, especially in today's society, is stronger than sheer legality. And I'll talk about what I'm getting at, a kind of a shift in psychology, which underlines all my work. And what I'm getting at is we live in a time where most of us know the rules. And when I say most, I'm also inferring that most of us are good people. Basically, most of us want to get along. It's the extremes that are the challenges in society right now. But what we don't need is really harsh, top-down approaches, especially when I've experienced, started growing out of a divorce thing decades ago, that our legal system, and I love it, I love our systems, but are not functioning at the degree and the capability that we deserve right now. And so we have to think differently. And so I'm saying, sheer legalities and those who use lawyers over, obsessively and create leverage is not what most of us need. Most of us need appropriateness. We get the rules. Appropriateness means we act appropriately. We know the score. People don't want to act out or harm others. Some do, but most of us do not. And so rather than being under constant threat and scrutiny, this is part 2 of my theory of most. Again, that most of us are good, and what most of us need are support and encouragement, not scrutiny, like the IRS, and old school, IRS, and everybody could be a crook, and police, everyone could be a criminal, which is true theoretically, but most of us aren't. And, like when a horrible crime occurs, the police enlist the public, because most of us want the right answer. And that's what I'm getting at. And so, for the worst of the worst, sure, the legal system is applicable and necessary. And for most of us, we need to resonate to the terms of appropriateness, okay? To say we have respect for others, that we can assert ourselves assertively and appropriately, but not aggressively, not passively. And this is what my work's all about. So I'm saying that, there's old models of, I still see lawyers and situations being very coercive, take narrow angles of the law and try to impose it over a much broader situation. That's not what we need. That's kind of, hurtful thinking. What we need are basic understandings that most people are trying to do their best. Clearly with our coaching, I don't know everything, but I know people can move to higher levels. Gentle Genius Coaching, Fairness Gentle Genius Coaching, and all the work I do. The magic of the third way, one of my most beloved concepts. I have so much richness in concepts with the work I'm doing, but the magic of the third way, which is about being assertive, not aggressive, not passive, and it's the necessary response to where our society is breaking down. And so I say what I'm saying, encouragingly, with love, that our legal systems have to get back to a sense of accuracy and fairness, and we're not having that right now. So in the meantime, the coaching I do for companies, families, and individuals teaches you the right stand to take assertively in our world. And what I'm saying is that, being appropriate, and most of us interrelating on the basis of appropriateness, give and take, win-win, work together in some ways, is stronger than the old school method, really old school, antiquated school method of just leveraging people. And, we have a great fear in society about lawyers and everything being so fearful. But the point is, if we're all basically acting with good intentions, most of us. And we don't need that scrutinizing. We need to set guidelines, not strict rules for everyone. We need to be encouraging, not condemning. And these are changes in the psychology that all my work, Fairness Revolution, my life and work, all of it, it's all interrelated that I'm bringing forward. And today's concept is appropriateness is stronger, because when I say stronger, I'm talking about more enduring, more sensible. You know, those who want to pin other people down, they're weak psychologically, and we have to go beyond that as a society. We have to do better. We have to work with kind of common understandings. As much as society can be divisive now, the true winners with our work are going to, gentle genius and all kinds of things, are going to step up and be leaders with purpose, goodness, integrity, appropriateness. So take a look again at our websites and get in touch with me. If you want to learn more, you have an agenda you want to bring forward, want to transform a challenge to opportunity. This is the kind of, you just want to have a goal you want to reach for. This is the work we do. Being thankful. When you have a purpose, you can go through anything, right? Thankful of a purpose, thankful for the new day, thankful for these beautiful flowers out and about. We'll talk soon. Thanks.